Shalom Aleichem and welcome to Online Smicha. Today we'll discuss a story, as it's brought in the Gemara Tainis, concerning the dedication and the Mesiras Nefesh, perhaps, of Klal Yisrael when they fulfill the Mitzvah. Amru, the Gemara talks about that there was a time in history when the Yidden were not allowed to perform different mitzvahs, and yet the Yidden found the ways how to do it. Pam achas gazra malchus gzer al Yisrael, shelo yaviu bikurim liyushalayim. The Goyim let out a decree that they did not allow the Yidden to bring up the Bikurim, the first fruit, to Yerushalayim. So much so, they were so strict about this, that Vaheshivu Pursadoi Saladrachim. They made sure to, throughout their highways, or the ways leading to Yerushalayim, they put different shomrim to make sure that this decree, this Gzeira, is being kept. Similar to how Yeravim ben Nevat, who is classified as one of the biggest Rishonim in times, that when Yeravim ben Nevat put up different people to guard that the Yidden should not go up to Aliyah L'Regel, so this time they specifically were against Bikurim L'Yerushalayim. Ma asu kshedim v'yireh chet sheba'isar. Says the Gemara, what did the God-fearing people, or the good Jews who really wanted to fulfill the mitzvah of Bikurim, how did they manage to do it? So this is what they did. Heviu sali Bikurim, they would bring the baskets, that inside the basket was the first fruit, the Bikurim that they brought to Yerushalayim, but v'chipum b'ktzius, they surrounded in the upper layer, they put figs as if they're going to bring it to a special place to crush the figs and make it into dates and figs that they look like as if they're going to a specific place to crush it. On a talum, v'hali al kasveim, they would put it on their shoulders, and they walked that way. Kivashi yigu eitzah pusadais, when they came closer to the guards, Amr lahem, she said, Lahechem atahayochem, where are you going with this basket of fruit? Obviously, you couldn't go to Yerushalayim because it was against the Gezerah. Amr lahem, she would say, we are going we're going to this place, the machteshes, the crush, that dries these fruits and makes it into, or packs it together. We are taking these dates, these figs, to this machteshes, and with this utensil that we have on our shoulder, we're going to pack this together. Once they let them go, itrum besalim ve'vi'um Yerushalayim. They beautified those baskets again, as the din is by bringing up Bikurim, and they brought the Bikurim to Yerushalayim. One trick, as it's told, how they found a way to perform this mitzvah. But the Gemara says that v'heim heim b'nei goyin ve'eli v'kaitzik tziyas. They got the title, the name was goyin ve'eli, those who stole, ganavim of Eli. What does that mean? So the Mefarshim say they stole their way around of how to be able to fulfill the mitzvah of bringing Aliyah, bringing it up to Yerushalayim. Sometimes we find another story that the Goyim made a Gzera shleyaviu eitz l'maracha. No more donations of wood for the Yerushalayim, for Beis Hamikdash, for the Maracha, for the Mizbeach. Vayeshivu persadoi al drachim. They let Shomrim guard the drachim, make sure that no Yidden bring wood. Kiderech shaheshiv Yeravim ben Nevat. Similar to how Yeravim and Nevat put Shomrim on the way, not to allow Yidden to do Aliyah L'Regel. What did the God-fearing people, the Ksherim, the good people, who really wanted to be part of the Beis Hamikdash, even though they were not there, they wanted to show support by giving the Eitzim. How did they do it? They would bring pieces of wood, they built it and they made it look like ladders. They put it together like ladders. They put it on their shoulders, and they would walk. When they came closer to the Shomrim, they said to the Shomrim said to them, where are you going? Amru, so they answered, Lahavi Gaizalis Mishavach Shalafanenu. Up there is a bird nest, and there is a place, and that tree, there's birds that were trying to get down from the top of the tree, and there is to wait for us to get up there. Here, we're carrying our ladder to climb up the tree. So they let them go. When they let them go by, they took apart the woods from the ladder. They were called, and they brought them to Yerushalayim, to the Atzei HaMaracha, to give support to the Beis HaMikdash. And this is how they were called for what the great act that they did. They were called Bnei Shlomo, the sons of ladders. In other words, they did an act of Mesiras Nefesh, creating wood from wood, making ladders, only to be able to fulfill this mitzvah of donating to the Atzei HaMaracha. For these two stories, or anybody like this, who dedicate themselves so much for the fulfillment of a mitzvah, says the Gemara, Nemar, Zecher Tzadik Livracha. We use the pasuk that the remembrance of a tzaddik is a bracha, is a blessing. In other words, what they did was a tremendous bracha. However, while Yeravim ben Nevat v'chaveirav, concerning people who are like Yeravim ben Nevat, trying to stop people from doing a mitzvah, Nemar v'shem Rishayim Yirkav, concerning people like that, it says, may the name of a Rasha rot. So obviously the lesson from this story is the dedication of fulfilling of a mitzvah, and even if there's a gzeira, you find the ways how to fulfill the mitzvah. And that should be the true Zeichet Tzadik Libracha. Yashikoyach, and please join us again next week.